Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 39. What?
Beautiful.
Hold up. We got some stuff going on here. Blacksmith. Just 50,000 cold iron everything's. Nice. Okay, cool.
Let's see what we can do.
What? I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself. But I bet she's not a part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilser frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. Mitch! How's it going, Morg? He was looking for some elf volunteer. Wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. First, I thought she was a messenger from Mindev. Definitely wasn't one of us. But now I see how it looks mighty shifty. The quartermaster eyes you with a concern. Some sort of spy, then. That was WotR, but looking for Elden Ring introduces us to the next battle. is that where we're gonna take this? Is it's gonna be? Man, I'm actually really looking forward to Elden Ring. It looks really, really, really good. All right, we got Woljif. Hey, Chief, want to talk? What do you think of my new powers? Woljif pauses to think, rubbing his chin. Mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to Pitax Underground, to a Pitax Underground fighting ring. Give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house, you're avenging your dead family, the public eats up that stuff. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit. Or a black one if you like black better. We'll split the prize money 60-40. 60 for me, of course. No, arranging fights isn't easy. Those people are tough. I'll be taking more risk than you. And after we get set up in Pitax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you don't like the sound of that? You have any other suggestions? Woljif grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one more. Have you heard of Razmiron? No. Realm known as Razmiron was once just another turbulent, violent river kingdom, the Archduchy of Melkat, where leadership changed as often as the years. This ended in 4661 when the land was conquered by Razmir, a tyrant claiming to have ascended to godhood. Also, fuck you, Mitch. How you been, Mork? A friend of mine used to live in... It's some land in the River Kingdoms ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmiron. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Razmir of theirs is a god. He keeps his people under his heel. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, so long as you believe in me. Been surviving? Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Woljif quickly checks that no one is eavesdropping, but that friend of mine, the one who fled, has a half-sister on his old man's side who's a cook in the castle, and a washerwoman who the cook plays cards with in the evenings told her a juicy rumor. Word is, Razmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers, pretty scary ones too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom, I'll start some rumors, you'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. We'll make you a deity. But first, I want you to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been there. People promise you mountains of gold, then when it comes time to it, they're all, get lost or I'll set the dogs on you. So, you like the idea? It's a great idea. We'll get to work on it. My God. Living... knowing there is a Mitch in the environment is quite tough. That's fair. Wild Mitches. Bring everybody down. I don't know. You should be punished for your heretical thoughts. It's a great idea. We'll get to work on it just as soon as we get out of this mess. Woljif rubs his hands, pleased. I'm gonna make you such a legend, you'll love it. A survivor in Canabras becomes a god. We'll make you a cult that'll put Iomedes to shame. In the meantime, you can think about what you want on your coins. And my insurance. Don't forget to write the declaration making me your chief advisor. Alright. Alright, Woljif. Holga Squam! There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing the sword, but war is costly and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe Horgus shifted awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honorable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander, and you are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Horgus tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury. Mark your future cooperation. Amulet of Blackened Mirror. Okay. Alright, don't need to... Okay. What's it like to live your entire life under someone else's name? I was a boy, I used to hate Horgus. We've heard that. Aren't you afraid I'll reveal your secret to everyone? Are you threatening me? I've invested a lot of money in your crusade, and I will invest even more, and you do think to humiliate me in front of everyone. It's not going to work. If a scandal breaks out, it will be your word against mine. I've been known as Horgus Squirm for several decades. I own a vast estate outside Canabras and a share of the local quarry. I will defend my good name to the end. Your claims will seem like vile slander. I'll see to that. Horgus's face becomes blotchy, and his eyes nearly pop out of their sockets. He calms himself with a visible effort. Okay. I wish such questions were more clearly, like, I wasn't trying to agitate him. I was, like, curious. Aren't you worried that I'm gonna, like, blab? However, I do hope it won't come to any of that. We're all here for a common cause. Victory over the demons. I intend to see that business through. Why have you decided to support the Crusades now? With all due respect, that's none of your business. I have my reasons. Perhaps I felt a rush of patriotism when Canabras was destroyed. Anyway, why would you think I never supported the Crusaders? Perhaps I simply don't... Nope, get up. Don't choke yourself. Perhaps I simply don't like to brag about my donations. Ostentatious charity only attracts beggars. I'd wager that Irabeth has no idea whose money she's spending on drinks and supplies. What are you... No. Well, don't do it on my computer, you shitbag. You boy bean. Oh boy. Oh boy. Trying to make himself puke. Why'd you hide the fact that Camellia is your daughter? Didn't I tell you this at the mansion? Okay. How did Camellia's mother die? I'm not going to tell you about that. Some things ought to remain private. What can you tell me about Count Dayron Arendé? The nobles of Canabras should be acquainted with each other, shouldn't they? He is a brilliant young man with a brilliant pedigree, and that story of his, the nobility is the glue that keeps our society together. I suppose that is why demons so often choose their estates as primary targets. Who would notice the demons' bloody massacres if they only slaughtered poor country folk? The Arendé family shared the tragic plight of the Worms. Along with many other members of the nobility, they fell victim to the treacherous attack during a major celebration taking place at their family estate. I hadn't received an invitation and was slightly insulted by the snub, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The gods saved me from a terrible fate. All the guests died that day from a magical demonic disease. I sympathize with the Count deeply. He has endured so much, and it's no wonder he keeps himself aloof from me. I think this is due to the fact that Horgus Squirm's fate so resembles his own, and we both have to relive those horrible memories whenever we see each other. I have to go. Alright. How's it going, Camellia? Greetings. So you're Horgus's daughter. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the grim name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done for me. Even in Mendev's society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your discretion regarding what you know about us? No. Camelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for your understanding. You're creepy. What do you think of the powers you received from me? Camellia shrugs nonchalantly. People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The powers I received from you are useful, and I see no point in treating them with excessive piety. I won't keep you. She's
Here we go.
super duper creepy. Alright, let's talk to Daeron again. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Erenday estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking. Now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Daeron seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I am obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? Aaron purses his lips for a moment before replying in a bored drawl. Yes. What of it? Am I supposed to weep and quake with fear for the rest of my life? I've stayed away from the damn place for 10 years, and now I'm going to return there to drink, dance, and be merry without a care in the world. You can keep your squeamish disapproval to yourself. Alright, deal. Perfect. You'll have a ball, I'm sure of it. Something strange flickers in Daeron's smile. Oh, will I? That's not creepy at all.
I can handle it.
My god. I've talked to Daeron about the estate. He's going to celebrate his birthday at Heaven's Edge so we can go there as guests. A celebration that is far from ideal. It would be rather inconvenient for me to conduct the investigation with all the guests around. Thank you nonetheless, Commander. When you decide to go to the estate, I will join you.
Can't make the demons wait.
Is what it is. Alright, what do we have? Anything else? I don't think so. I mean, do we just, like, walk the fuck out now? Oh, wait. We want to do the Irabeth thing. Reinforcements. If two of your armies stand next to each other on the global map, you can transfer units between them by clicking the button that appears next to the army's name. Upon exchanging troops, the number of movement points of each army will become equal to the lowest value among the two. Clicking the I button next to the army's name on the left will take you to the army management screen. Here, you can set your unit's starting positions at the beginning of a combat. You can split your units by holding Control or Shift and moving the unit to a different slot. You can also create a new army here by clicking the button on the right. Okay.
Let's see what we can do.
All right. Let's head out. Ooh. Hold that thought. I want to level Daeron and Ninio, so Alright, Oracle is just getting level 3 spells. Cool. Okay. It's one level 3 spell. Doesn't he get... Yeah, okay, so he's a life. He automatically gets those spells. Yeah. In addition to the spells gained by oracles as they gain levels, Oracle adds all the cure spells to her list of spells known. Spells are added as soon as the oracle is capable of casting them, so we don't need to pick up Cure Serious Wounds, right? Animate Dead. Archon's Aura. Powerful aura similar to an Archon's Aura of Menace. Hostile creatures around you. Well, he should be in melee, so we're not super worried about that. Prayer. +1. Luck bonus. Foes get... Okay. Protection from energy. Blah, 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 blah. Remove Curse. Remove Blindnet. Resist Energy Communal. Resist Energy Communal is probably going to be pretty good. Reliably good. Searing Lights. Touch attack, though. Delay Poison Communal. Seems interesting. Sure. That'll be super useful for that and not for anything else. Okay. So he is an oracle. Beneficial curse. That's that whole shtick. Boundless healing. It becomes reach as though using the reach spell feat. Also, the amount of hit points it now restores depends entirely on your caster level and disregards any limits in the original spell. You can alter a spell with a range of touch, close, or medium to increase its range by 1 range category. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. A second mystery. Learn the secrets of a second mystery. So mysteries just add skills or spells. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Maybe later though. I feel like it's so mundane, but honestly, it just feels like taking abundant casting is super good. You have casters, more spells, means you get to do more shit with them. Nenio, Scroll Savants. Whop, whop, whop. Whop. Alright, what does she have? Battering Blast, Blink. He already has haste. Kind of just a big haste level, as far as I'm concerned. Heroism, greater magic weapon could be potentially good. Blink. Blink's probably pretty good. Her specialty is illusion. And abjuration and necromancy are her opposing. I actually don't think there are any other level 3 illusions. There's just displacement. That's funny. Let's go with see invisibility communal. That's a good one, I think. And then we'll go with blink. Okay. Kinda feeling like we're just taking abundant casting again. Enduring spells could be good. Haste is 1 round per level. So. But things like blink, 1 round per level. Blur, 1 minute per level. They start to get to those and actually have some. 1 round per level. That's actually lower than anticipated. 10 minutes per. Okay. I think we just take abundant casting. The strongest ability there. Okay, so don't have to worry about spells for him. Sociel, new best boy. Who's this? He has lesser restoration, prayer, spell magic. Cure serious wounds, maybe? And some cure serious wounds, maybe? Spell magic. It's so hard taking spells that you're like, this could be good, but I don't know. Line weapon, definitely could see being good. Protection from full communion, yes. Line weapon, those domain slots. I do like bless. I'm kind of down with keeping that around, but take like shields of faith. Okay. 50,000 hastes. That's kind of what we're looking at. Alright. Snowballs. Magic missiles, honestly. Fine. These really don't seem to matter too terribly much. And haste. Do a see invisibility communal. A blink, I guess, and then a bunch of haste. Sela. Less weapon. Ooh, Jiff. Mirror image at this point. Yeah, sure. Oifa doifa, we've got so many spells. Probably get rid of this protection from alignment, but maybe not. I think probably another bark skin. And actually, maybe some bear's endurance instead. Protection from alignment communal could be good as well. Okie dokie. I'm somewhat interested in like throwing animate dead, honestly. Seems fun. And what did we have? Resist energy communal? Yeah, that seems. Okie dokie. Before we do anything else, let's check and see if we can actually rest. Maybe. A messenger for the commander. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I'm the queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at camp incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. If you wish to speak with her. Tell your majesty I will come at once. Which knightly... What?
I can handle it. Can't make the demons wait. Beautiful.
All right. Forgot about that. I saw that when we were talking to Gwyrm.
Let's see what we can do.
Look at that tail. Here, yeah.
Here we go.
Alright, did we just hear that incorrectly? Is she...
I can handle it.
I do not know where she be. She's over there. Okay. As soon as I opened the map, I saw a fucking new check mark or a new fucking purple blob, and I was like, oh, she's there. How's it going, Queenie? Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I've introduced myself as Kitrain, an old friend of yours. I'm a knight of minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes in Nevia to sniff me out. The Queen chuckles. Why'd you decide to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I'm quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. The Queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomedae. It is not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. Hell yeah! I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join you on the crusade? I wanted to get to know you better. Surely you know how intriguing you are. Enough, Commander. The Queen scoffs with a smile. Everything that could possibly be known about me has been written in the chronicles and notarized. I ask you a personal question. I learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends. What about the other Queen Galfrey? One that the historians and bards cannot see. The Queen smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. She has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Ooh, maybe feathers won't be the only thing flying. Ooh. I don't know if I really just want to put the charms on Galfrey super hard or not. And Dev is lucky to have such a queen. I'm twice as lucky, for she has agreed to fight by my side. Strange, you say, agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is agreed to go on a date with me. I took the less charming answer, I thought, but she apparently thought otherwise. Do you really think that you are the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Why did you entrust me with Dayren? The Queen smiles. I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson, and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There's nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than to be discharged like that. Dayren Erenday. The Queen shakes her head. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amiable, yet decorous, and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are on the whole highly practical, and only useful for forming alliances. But Countess Arendelle managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spend so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There's a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. How does it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen. It's curious to think that if I were a half-elf like you, this question would never have arisen, and the time I have already lived would have been considered utterly normal and natural. Right? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomedae. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priests determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as ruler and as chosen paladin of Iomedae. I accepted their decision, and the great responsibility it entails. Giving me an army and a title of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? Because for 100 years I've protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I've tried every right and rational method. The Queen affords herself a brief, grim smirk. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomedae's angels. My goddess's herald created the wardstones for us. We have tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the world wound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You are the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of its people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's the sign they awaited for decades. A sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomedae. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects, thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for, but I take it you are reserving judgment. Your question seems to catch the Queen off balance. A strange spark flashes in her eyes. When Erodin perished and Iomedae took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore her church from the ashes left by the chaos after Erodin's death. Since then, I have served the Inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe that I have earned the blessing of my goddess. The Queen's voice is surprisingly ardent. After I learned of what happened in Canabras, when I met you at the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true that what happened was Iomedae's work? Why did she give this power to someone unknown, rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak, and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they're happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? Those doubts were like poison. But I refused to let them poison me, the Queen finished strongly. I gave you an army, declared you Knight Commander, and accepted you as I would any chosen by the goddess. Hell yeah. Alright, Kitrain. Let's fucking gear. Sweet. Got a lot of quests that are potentially failable. Where is the storyteller?
Let's see what we can do.
Is not about. Okay. Anyway, sorry. We were going to go back to our tent. And we were going to check and see. Hey, Nivea, do you know the Queen's here? No.
I can handle it.
Alright, we were going to check and see if we can rest. Alright. Right, so what are we scrolling? It doesn't matter. Spicy pastry. I do just love that. Ooh, onion soup. +1 to all saving throws. Onion. We have a 95% chance of success. Nice. Let's do it. Begin resting. All right, the whole point there is
sorry for the cultists.
we just want to...
What about the demons? Do you pity them as much as their victims?
How can you not feel sorry for anyone? Is there anyone in this world who isn't suffering?
A little sad. Ah, shit. There's always a thing. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels the space around him distort, and his sensory organs are flooded by false images, bred by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. His body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by the sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous forces deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander tries to understand what's going on. +18. Or +11. Nice. He needs a moment to figure this out. The commander is being summoned, transported through space by some magical force. However, the attempt did not succeed because the commander is not a spirit or demon, but a mortal half-elf. The commander is surprised that this spell worked on him at all. I don't think I can succeed on this one. The darkness conceals the stranger's appearance. Staring at the dark figure, the commander feels himself involuntarily leaning towards the attraction increases. Use every effort to suppress the tangle of rage in his soul, which the mysterious power has latched onto. By force of will, the commander pushes his anger down, as deep into his soul as he can. The attraction rapidly weakens in response, as if the mysterious enemy can no longer sense the commander and concentrate its efforts on him. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or nightmare. They tried to use the demonic energy inside of me to summon me? That's wild. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know who I am necessarily gonna, or where I'm necessarily gonna go to first. Kick everybody out. I'm pretty sure we almost always are gonna want Sela and Lan. They're just kind of like the base party for me. Lan is my DPS boy, Sela is my tank girl, etc., etc. So from there, it kind of turns into a mix of bringing other supporting figures. I do like Camellia for having the ability to off-tank. She still has a negative level. Can I not? Okay, I think I have to actually, like, not lesser, but full-on restoration this. I thought... Okay, we'll have to look into that. So I think what my plan is going to be is I'm a glutton for doing all of the different things, so I'm probably just going to pull in whoever's active quests we're working on, you know? So for now, let's just grab Camellia, and we'll grab Sociel because we haven't seen... Well, Sociel's a melee boy, so let's bring Sociel instead of Camellia. I want to bring Camellia because I want to see about getting this negative level off of her. Restoration, not lesser restoration. Weird. I don't want to bring soup and personal favorites. Ah, oh, nice. Cool. Let's... I'd rather kind of like not bring Camellia. Bring her, but again, I kind of want to try to see if we can't get that negative level off of her. I think restoration's like a... We have lesser restoration, right, but I don't think we have spellbook. For example, here. Lesser restoration. Does not remove permanent effects such as curses or diseases. Does not restore permanent ability drain. No, I need restoration. That seems so punitive. I'm gonna have to like... Is she at that amount? Also, I did not do socio. I also think socio's probably just gonna be a abundant casting, but he might also have I think there is a channeling one. Emergency help could be interesting. Let's take uncasting. Okay. Crusade, starting out, you can now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces will provide you with a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics, which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of both your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troops. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about its composition and the reward it is guarding. You can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banner at the top of the screen. In army command mode, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the map. Much like your party, armies use roads to move around the map. To move, an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. Okay. Canabras. Windev. The Winged Wood. The Wounded Land. The Stone Wilds. The Petrified Library. The Grey Road. Jerezin. The Lake Lost to the Sun. So, the north, we head northward along the West Selen River. Okay. And then we're heading to Dresden. So chapter 2 is head to Dresden, basically. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Trying to figure out whether I'm just gonna have to go buy a scroll or something like that. Negative level permanent. For each negative level a creature suffers, it takes a cumulative -1 penalty to ability checks, attack rolls, combat maneuver defense, saving throws, and skill checks. In addition, reduces its current and total hit points by 5 for every negative level. The creature is also at a reduced level for the purposes of level-dependent actions, such as spellcasting. Spellcasters do not lose any prepared spells or slots as a result of suffering negative levels. The creature's negative levels equals its total hit dice. It dies. Negative levels can be removed through spells like Restoration. A creature whose permanent negative levels equal its hit dice cannot be brought back to life through Raise Dead spell. It can only be done through Resurrection spell, which removes all negative levels after the dead creature life. So I just can't right now, is the response. So actually, all right, good to know. Let's go check what's his butt north. Oh, well, that was not my intention. I don't come back here. I want to go to the no. Group manager. Okay. Is there a leave button? Sure. Enter the northern gates. Okay, now. Okay, so the northern gates is... Alright, group manager. Okay, I can group manage from here. Sweet. Okay, if that is the case, I think I'd rather just bring Ember for now. I did want to... That's fine, we'll worry about it later. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put a pause here. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.